A few weeks ago, I got the opportunity to spend a week with the deaf community. It was a close-up trip to Washington, D.C., and we spent our time touring the city, debating political issues, becoming friends, and for me in particular, learning about the deaf community. I've never encountered someone deaf before in my life, so at first I was nervous. I was nervous that I would do or say something offensive, or that I would make a fool of myself. One of the first things I learned was that not all deaf people talk, and when they do, it sounds much different from hearing people speak. This makes sense. However, it never occurred to me that not only would you not be able to hear, but you wouldn't be able or willing to talk as well. It didn't take me long to realize that some of my friends could read lips, a little or really well. This, combined with facial expressions and hand gestures, is how I communicated with most of my friends. Some of them were born deaf, and it was really crazy for me to think about how they learned the movements mouths make when talking without ever getting to hear the words those movements make. It must have been unbelievably challenging, and it must have taken dedication and patience. A while into the week, I realized that a lot of my friends shared a common interest with me: sports. I was intrigued by how they could play these sports without being able to hear. One of my friends, Hector, not only loved sports, but loved music as well. One day we were walking down the street, and there was a band playing the trumpets and drums. Hector stopped in front of them and started dancing. This inspirational and joyful act made me so glad that I got to meet so many amazing people on my trip. Because of the things I learned about the deaf community and the time I got to spend with them, I'm a better person. I learned how to communicate without using words, and I learned how someone who can't hear can live just like me. Before this trip, my mindset was not like that. For those of you who don't know me, I like to talk. I like to talk maybe a little too much and maybe a little too loud. And to imagine not being able to talk or to hear people say, "Be quiet," or "Stop talking," or "Watch out," was unbelievable. Like, I wasn't able to imagine my life being like that. But because of this trip, I realized that you do not need those things to communicate. You do not need those things to make friends, to influence people. And most importantly, you do not need those things to live life to your full potential. Because of this experience, I am excited and joyful and ready to start my career in education and learn more about the deaf community through that, so someday I can help break the communication barrier the deaf community has with the rest of the world. Thank you.